Die vierte. Alright, now we look at my favorite topic. It's called states. And imagine you are a juggler and you're looking like this. Look like this, and you juggle a few objects. And maybe here also one. And you're kind of happy at the moment. And all the balls are at the peak. So they will come down. And you're doing a snapshot. And now you want to know what's going to happen. And when we look at this picture, we might get the idea that this ball comes down first, then this, and then this one. And actually, if we juggle, for example, our 3, and we just stop in between 2 beats. Then we got here our beats continuing in the same rhythm. And here I call this a cut, or I could also call it a time stop. And you can hear what's going to happen next. I will show you. So I'm juggling my 3-ball cascade and I stop juggling. And it makes boom, 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 and then nothing. So I expect that on my next beat there will come one object, this one. So I got one object. On the next beat here, I will also get one object from this 3. And this will also give me one object. So I always get one object at the next 3 beats. And then the next beat won't have any objects. And this is a state because I know what's going to happen next. And I will call the state 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and so on. And I shorten that to, it means kind of the same like this one here, okay? And since you already recognize that you can hear the state, I now give you the task to hear 3 other states, okay? So the first one is like this. Do it again. Okay. The next one is this. Again. And the last one is the following one. Again. Okay. So, what I just did was the following. Instead of juggling 3, I added a 4 here. So, I got one object on my next beat, then also one at the next one, but then instead this would be my 3 normally, like this one, but now I'm doing a 4, so I'm creating a gap. I throw to this beat here, which is then 1, and create here a gap. This gap, there's nothing happening at this beat. So I'll call the state 1, 1, 0, 1. And then I did the following. I added another 4. So I use this row here and create a 4 with it. So my next beat, that would be the 1 object here. This gap is continuing here. I just move 1 beat further, like. And now I got the 2 4s, giving me 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one's coming here, and this one's coming right here. So I got this state. Okay. I'll write it down. 1, 0, 1, 1. And the last one, I was doing 1 here with this beat in order to close this gap again. So the 1 will come down here, so that will be a 1. Then the 4 will come down here, and the other 4 will come down here. Oh, how you can read it? It's 1, 1, 1. So it's the same state like here. And what I did is I made a throw, namely a 4, to reach this state. Now I'm here. And now you see I got a gap there, right? And then I'm doing another 4. I could also, I do another 4 and then end up here. But I could also use this beat, where I got one object, in order to make a throw that closes this gap. So what would I use here? If I throw 1, I would end up with 2 objects at this beat, but this isn't something I want. So I will throw a 2 in order to close it. And I will end up with this. And with the 1, from here, I also go back to this state. And now we have a closer look at jogging state diagrams. They are used to find patterns, to see how you get from one pattern to another. And it's basically a combination between the states and the throws. So let's start with this state. It's 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1. And I call this state the ground state. Because this is my basic state where I start and where I want to end every time. And I can be in this state if I just do, I download it here, if I'm just doing my 3 all the time. And as you see, if I do my 4, I end up in this one. I could go back with my 2, and I could also do 4, get in this one, and I could go back with a 1. So every time I'm able to do a circle, to move from one state to another state to another to end up here, I got a valid jumping pattern. Okay. So for example, I do a 3, a 3, a 3, a 4, a 4, a 1, a 4, a 2, and a 3. It's a valid jumping pattern. The same with 4, 4, 1. I just write one down. Let's say 4, 2, 4, 2. Yeah, this might be a good one. Sack, check, sack, check. And there's another interesting thing. If I'm here and I'm doing a 5, okay? Doing a 5, I end up in a state which is called 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So I always have a gap between objects that I got. And after that are zeros. So I can, in order to close this gap, can do a 1 and go back there. And now we found something really interesting. Because we can go from this state to this, and we can do that all day long. So it's a pattern, right? And continuous. We can do it endlessly. So I will call this a strip, and it's 5, 1. But the thing is, we can't just start it because we are here. So we have to go to this state in order to be able to run it. So what you need is you need a transition to this state. Okay. So I want to do my 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1. And in order to start, okay, let's find a way. We just do a 4 and then we're here and we can start. Okay, it was simple. And how do we go back? Okay, we did the 1 at last, so we are here, and we can do a 2 to get back. That might be an idea. Or we could also do 4, 1 to go back to the ground state. And since pattern they start from the ground state, right here, they have a specific name. They're called ground state patterns. So this is a ground state pattern here, but this one is special, and we call this an excited state pattern. And in order to be able to run an excited state pattern, we have to find transitions. So those 2 throws here are my transitions. I need one to get into the trick and one out. And then I'm able to run it in between as often as I like.